What's going on, y'all? You guys are watching YCF, man, and we gonna do something with their boats. So make sure you keep watching and like and subscribe. On a real note though, guys, man, for real, smash that subscribe button. I want to start building giveaway boats, build boats, give them away for free to my subscribers, you guys. But you guys got to help me get to 50,000 subs. I cannot afford to build a boat and give it away for free on what I make and support my family at the same time. I've only made $120 in the last almost 3 years of doing this YouTube. So guys, if you enjoy the video, if you like the content, if you like my builds, smash that subscribe button, share it, get your friends to subscribe, because we are going to start building giveaway boats to give away to all you guys who are watching the channel. So it's going to take us to get to 50,000 probably before I can afford to build one off of the revenue that my YouTube channel makes. So make sure you smash that button and let's get into the video. I'm going to quit yapping. Let's do it. All right, you guys, when this Gilio came to us, it was completely destroyed. It looked good. It actually looked really good until you got into really looking at it and taking the poly off the bottom to see how bad it really was. So if you guys want to see this old Gilio get restored and get a motor put on it and all that other cool stuff, make sure you stay tuned for this video, guys. But before we get to chip chopping on this thing here, let me show you how nice this boat actually it really is. It's got the nice whatever you call it thing to it. It's got the sunken deck lid. It's definitely a Gilio, I can tell you that just by looking at it, but you can see the old sticker there. But yeah, it's a shame we're not using this T-molding because it's really actually very nice. We got a lot of stuff to do to this, but this is the trailer for the how much can you build an airboat, or how much can I build an airboat for. It's right there. So that's not the trailer for it. We'll have to make another trailer. That's another trailer restoration I just did right there. That's waiting for wheel bearings. But let's get to doing this thing. I just wanted to show y'all before I started tearing it apart. All right, y'all, she's cut down and I got the poly off. Bottom's real rough, so we're gonna have to glass the whole bottom of the boat and go from there. Yeah, I painted a few things detailing the motor on it, but you can see through that. It's pretty. I can get my finger in there. All the stringers are screwed up. They had quick crap on it, and this side's pretty beaten too. Anyways, we got a lot of work to do, so gonna get on that. But here's the poly that came off it, and it's actually really good shape except for that spot right there where he has a big old gouge in it, and it really sucks because it's pretty nice poly except for that, so that trashes it. Here's the bow and all the stuff I cut off this thing, and I'm going to cut it down a little lower because it'll look better. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Motor I was going to put on it, I'm not putting it on it no more. So we got a lot bigger motor that's a lot heavier, so I might not cut it down anymore. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but for now I need to get this bottom sanded and ready to get sheeted with some glass. All right, y'all, we got her sanded down. And again, she's pretty bad. Got all that stuff out. That was a bunch of ridiculous patches. You know, I'm not a glass man, I don't claim to be, but my glass work's not bad, and what they did was terrible. So we got more issues than I thought at first, because this hauls not that old, guys. Like the last couple hauls we've done have been really old hauls. This is a newer model haul, and I did not expect it to be in the shape that it was when the poly came off of it. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. This alignment, this next layment of whatever you call it, the next layer of glass here is it's picking up and pulling off of the boat, and now I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to sand that away until it is not peeling off the boat anymore. And that just means a lot more work and a lot more glass, because I'm gonna have to make it level with the layer that I plan to go over everything with, so it doesn't have any big whoops and dupes and dips and flips in it, man. So I got some figuring to do on this, so I'm gonna take some time. I have other stuff to go work on, but we got this sanded. It's a good start. It took me probably about 4 hours to sand this thing. We still got a bunch of work to do on it. All right, y'all. We got some glass on her. What I did with those bad holes, I took this double stitched, the super thick stuff. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's stitched on one side, it's matte on the other. It's called 1708. Super strong, super great glass for doing this kind of stuff. The big holes, I cut a bunch of 1-inch strips of this, a bunch of them. I laid it in the hole of the stringer where it was, built it up with glass. Then once I got it built up to the next layer, I took this stuff, laid it over it, and literally outlined the entire hole. Like, so it was just an outline of it, so it looked crazy when it was cut. Anyways, I glassed it in there and made it flush with the top layer. And what I did about the peeling up alignment, I put a bunch of acetone in there, sprayed it all up, got little toothbrushes, everything I could get in there to clean it out the best I could. I injected it with an epoxy, a 2-part epoxy, and I set a bunch of bricks. There's a couple bricks over there, and I put the other ones I had on it to lift up the back of the boat so I could do this glass. But anyways, I injected it with a 2-part epoxy. I set cinder blocks on it, let it cure. It did great. Therefore, I'm not that too worried about it, because we're glassing over the whole bottom of this boat. We're getting rid of all these poly holes, poly bolt holes. We've already got 1 sheet of glass. It's all the glass I had. I got a bunch of little strips of stuff over there and a bunch of these little strips, but I don't want to piece it together, so I got to get more. But I put this piece on here, ran it from the back as far as I could up to the front. I will have to come back with some side pieces, which is no big deal. But the first layer's on. Again, guys, we still have a lot to do. I still got to go all the way up to where the paint, right about to the paint, all the way around it. Anyways, guys, so we got it from here to there and all the way back. And again, we got to come across the sides with something. That's how I saw it best to do it. And once this is layered twice, this bottom, I don't think we'll ever have any troubles with this hull for a long time, especially using the 1708. So I am now out of glass and resin, so I'm gonna figure out something else to do in the meantime. Well, y'all, this hull was extremely light when it got here, and it had poly on it. I cut all this down off of it, all this, and the transom splash pad pieces in the shop, because I'm saving that. I'm going to put it back on the boat. But all that got cut off, and this deck lid got cut off. So I'm going to try to figure out, if I can, a way to lighten it up. If not, we're just going to throw it back in. The boat's already way lighter than it was, being the poly's off of it and everything we've cut off of it. Yes, we are adding more weight with glass and resin, but I don't think it's gonna amount to what the weight of that poly is. So, and I hate to say it, guys, but I might be slicking this thing. I hate quick slick. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But if I'm gonna do what I want to do with this boat and make a race boat out of it, it's gonna have to be slicked. All right, y'all, I just went back to the parts store, got some more glass, so we're gonna keep on working on this thing. But I don't remember if I mentioned, so after I cut and filled the holes, all the little divots and imperfections and bumps, I just laid some glass Bondo over it to make it smooth, and then went over it with glass, and we're going to go over it again with glass, and we're using the 1708. So I just sanded her again where we need glass still, and keep running it out. All right, y'all, it is the next day. Yesterday I got one whole coat over the whole bottom. You guys will see it when I flip it, because I have to still put another layer on the bottom. Anyways, this morning I got the boat flipped over. I set the deck lid back on there. I outlined it. I've already cut a bunch off of it. This is where my battery died on my saw. I got to get that cut off, set it back up there, check it again. But in the meantime, while all my batteries are charging, I came out here and I started sweeping out the boat, because I haven't done that yet. The stringers, believe it or not, are still super solid, so we're not going to do stringers. But all the patches from the bottom and this thing on this side need to be addressed. There's a lot of stuff going on there. The back corner that was real bad there. The center crack needs addressed. This is all cracked and busted. That needs to be fixed. I think the back is too. Not sure about that side yet. But she looks good though, and she's gonna be good when she's done. But looks pretty good. I'm not a big glass guy. Glass hull guy, I should say. But my first 3 boats were glass, so I learned to hate them. All right, y'all, it is the next day, and we got a storm rolling in as we speak. Within the next hour, it's going to be storming, so I'm not going to be doing any glass, but I did get it all sanded, and once I get done showing you this, guys, I'm going to flip it over where it's fully solid and sealed, and so the rain don't get in it. But I got all the spots sanded that I need addressed. Back there I found a lot of stuff too. I found a lot of stuff up in here and down in there and up in there, and a lot of stuff I didn't know about I found out about, which happens when you remove paint and go down and check things out. When you open it up, it sometimes, most of the time, gets worse. So we're doing a little bit more work than I planned on or wanted to, so it is what it is. It's the name of the game. That's why I hate plastic boats. Thought this ended there, but it went into there. That's cracked. Gonna do that. Got some big cracks from where he hit the big rock or whatever the heck he hit, a culvert, or I don't know what the hell he hit. But anyways, after, like I was saying, after that, once I build this up and run Bondo on it smooth, I'm going to take another piece of glass and wrap it all the way to there. But anyways, back to what I was saying, I don't believe I finished. After I build all this up to flush and hit it with a Bondo and sand it, then I'm going to take another piece of glass and lay it from about right where I stopped sanding all the way to the stringer. So that's the plan for there. And same thing with that. I'm just gonna put a piece of 1708 over it. Actually, I'm gonna put a whole strip of 1708 to the edge of the stringer all the way down the center of that. All right, y'all, sorry it's really windy. I hope you can hear me, so I'm gonna speak extra loud. We still have to put another layer on the bottom of this hull, and it's going to be done in, you know, full sheets. The reason I didn't do it in 2 full sheets the first time was because I was working with what I had, and I had what I had to do the bottom. I mean, I made it work, and it's not going to matter but it's all going to be sanded smooth and hit with a whole new solid piece of glass, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, and I overlapped each piece I put on there to one another. But yeah, you can see where the Bondo's shining through from where I ran it over and smoothed out the glass patches underneath that. But I've taken my level and ran it across it. It's all real nice and flat. But this is what the bottom looks like, y'all. And we have got to put another sheet over it, like I was saying. I've ordered it. It's on its way. So that took 2 gallons of resin. So I got to go get another 2 gallons when the mat gets here. But anyways, waiting on the glass. It is about to start storming. If you can't see and tell, it's super windy. We got tornado warnings and stuff coming. So I flipped it over, that way it's all sealed, because as you've seen, the inside was all sanded and a lot of exposed glass that's all open that I don't need moisture in. So I flipped it over. All the holes are sealed, the poly holes, everything's sealed on the bottom, so I have no problem leaving it this way and letting the rain hit it. All right, y'all, that wraps up part 1 of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, and you guys can't understand how much I mean it when I tell you I love you, and I tell you Jesus loved you. And if you don't believe he loved you, man, the cross proves it all, because he went there and died for you, me, and all those who believe. So thank you guys for watching. I love you. See ya.